Edit whenever we to cut all that stuff. Oh shoot, I see.
What's up?
No, I got it. All right, and we're going.
Okay, this is my deck profile for Galacticmon. I ended up going place 34 out of 308. First regionals I went to, so pretty good for my first time. The best part about this deck is slapping a big boy on the board and watching the next player take 15 minutes to try and figure out how they're going to get through it.
All right, let's see what we got.
Gotcha. I play a bunch of Enmon, for the Searcher, for the Recover, and then I believe it is 7 of the original Venmon. Basically, got to play the Venmons. I love the Searcher. I play 4 of the Recover one because there's so many times when my pieces are in the trash and I don't want them to be in the trash. And it also helps at the end of the rounds when I'm getting close to the end of my deck. I use these to go back under when I use any of the effects, and that way I can keep recurring. And then you just got to play the Venmons because you got to play the Venmons. Using this search and hitting any of the Tamers is one of the worst feelings ever, but you got to play the Venmons. Next for my level 4s, I got 4 of each of the Snatchmons from the newer sets. This one is one of the best recursions ever later in the game, basically being able to grab your Venmons from the trash, going into this, and then going, a lot of times I'll go into the Tamer in order to end the turn, and then go up into the one of the Destros, and it also is what enables the combo for the unsuspend when you're using the other Zenith. And this one is great at the start in order to get your pieces in the trash, to search, to find. There's so many turns where I would go turn 2, I'd get 3, and I would just slap this on the board in order to get my deck started, get stuff in the trash, and make sure things were where they needed to be. And then for the Destros, I play 3 of the promos and 3 of the BT21. The D-Digivolve came in here and there, but the best part of the Destro is the fact that you can end the attack, because nowadays there's so much things that can get bigger than your Galactic. So being able to end the attack makes it a lot more guaranteed that you're going to protect your stack. And then this Destro, being able to delete Tamers, there's so many games where I would just pop this, delete the Tamer, and the person would just be back to square one, and they would have to be resetting their board while I was getting ready to go into my Galactic on the next turn.
Nice.
And then we play 3 of the Immunity Galactic from the newest set, EX11. Being able to assemble this thing is one of the best things ever. There are so many turns where I would just play this, set it up with 2 of the end of attack Destros and a bunch of Venmons, and I would then spend the next 10 minutes waiting for my opponent to figure out how to get past it. I played against 3 BL Star players in the tournament, and literally every single time I dropped this, I watched them try and figure out if they could get enough attacks to get past it, and almost every single time they didn't.
All right.
And then I got 3 of the BT21 Galacticmons. This is what helps you get that Ragnarok Cannon out, and what helps you do that OTK where you just pop all their security and go in for game. And the best part of this is it gets past a lot of the dual cards now that don't have play cost, because the Ragnarok Cannon can't hit them. But with this, at the start of turn, you get to hit any Digimon and delete it. So there's so many times where when I went against BL Star, I'd kill everything but the BL Star, and then start the main phase, finally go and pop the BL Star and take that out. And then I do run 1 Galacticmon. The big reason for this is 1, it helps me get that immunity Galacticmon out of the trash. And on the in the games where you can't really get in to make a good attack and use the Ragnarok Cannon to delete everything, this helps just destroy your opponent's deck and deck them out. Because if you can't get the attack in and do the Ragnarok Cannon, you're just gonna keep making yourself immune with the Galacticmon effects and basically deck them out instead of going for the OTK. And the biggest thing with Galacticmon is that almost all of the stuff in the deck still works with him being the top end, because the only cards that specify Galacticmon are the promo Destro and the Zeno to put cards underneath. But other than that, every single other one says put 2 cards or 4 cards from underneath this card and put them to the bottom. of the deck. Put stuff to the bottom of the deck. You can even still use the Zenith effect to de-digivolve and all that stuff and unsuspend, even with the Pokemon being your top end. And then for Tamers, I won 3 of the Zeno. This is the big guy who helps set up your trash so much quicker. You basically get extra memory every single turn from trashing stuff, filling up your trash. You also, every time you digivolve, you can use this to put even more Venmon underneath or get more stuff in your trash so that you can assemble that big guy even quicker. It just speeds up the deck so much better, and it is such a great part for it. Then we got 2 of the Zenith with the de-digivolve. The biggest part about this one is it helps you get that OTK more consistently, being able to use that to unsuspend your Galacticmon with the effect of the Snatchmon. And the de-digivolve does come in handy here and there. There's a lot of things that become immune when they're at their level 6. So being able to use this to de-digivolve it, then pop in the Ragnarok Cannon can help you get around a big target that normally would have the protection at its top end. 2 of the memory setters, Zenith, once again, helps you set up your trash, and it's your memory setter. There are so many turns where I'd pop this out, I'd be able to get a Venmon off the top of my deck too. You can slap that searcher down right away off the effect as well, and set up your trash. Once again, just setting up your trash as best as possible. And then we got 3 of the Ragnarok Cannon. Delete stuff, gets you the OTK. That's basically it. Play 2 of the Fusion Eyes. Biggest part of the Fusion Eyes is it's really easy to play that Snatchmon that you digicross from the trash. And then if you have one more Snatchmon in your trash, you can use the Fusion Eyes for free. Grab that 5th Snatchmon underneath there, go into Destro for free. And basically every single time you can almost, if you have a Fusion Eyes and that Snatchmon with the digicross, you can almost always get into your Destro every single time and have either de-digivolve by 2 or pop 8 cost worth of Digimon and Tamers. And then we got 2 Congo. This is basically anti-Angels. So many times I was going against Angels when I was playing and practicing, and they just beat me out too quickly. I played against Angels once in the tournament. I played this card, and I watched the guy just basically stop. He did not know what to do and could not do anything. And basically both matches I won against the Angels player, I played this and then won the next turn because he just couldn't do anything on his turn, and basically I was able to swing out, and he had so little security, I was able to take the game. And then for the Digi-Eggs, I just won 4 of the Sumemon. Basically, you need this, especially nowadays with all of the things getting above 14k DP. There's so many times when I would go against the Bears player who was playing Callus and Mars, and I just needed these underneath in order to give my guy enough DP to survive those battle effects, because those are what hurt this deck the most, is basically being able to say, I battle that and kill that. So by doing this helps you get the assembly out too, because this counts as a Sumemon or a Venmon and Text card. So you're able to even use these eggs to help you get into your big boy as well. And that's the deck.
What were your hardest matchups for the weekend?
The hardest matchups were definitely Bears. Any deck that basically just says, I battle that, is the one thing that gets around all of the protections that the big Galacticmon has. So if I wasn't able to get my Sumemons underneath and get my guy big enough, the player would just go up their stack, battle my guy, and then I just didn't have anything after that. And I would say sort of BL Starmon. I versed BL Star 3 times, and all 3 times it went to time, and we drawed, because, like I said, I would put the stack down, they couldn't figure out how to get past it, and they would spend like 10-15 minutes every turn going, how do I get enough attacks to kill you? And they wouldn't be able to. And then my turn would come around, I would do the same thing. Another 10 to 15 minutes where they're trying to figure out how to get past it, and they couldn't. And so basically, most of my draws were from going against 3 Musketeers BL Star, just because they couldn't figure out how to get past it, and I couldn't, because of the new Lady Devimon that would play something out when it gets deleted. Like I said, the start of turn effect of the Galactic is able to kill those even though they don't have a play cost. So I'd kill it, but then they would also put down something because of the effect of the Lady Devi, and then I just wouldn't be able to get the OTK on the Ragnarok Cannon. And the one game where I was about to win, I just needed to draw 1 more card for an Apocalymon to deck him out, but it was 1 card too deep in my deck, and it ended up he ended up being able to win that next turn. But BL Star, the worst part is just like because of that Lady Devi, I can almost never get the Ragnarok Cannon effect to go off. So it's basically just a stall game until it went to time almost every single match.
Oh, wow. All right. And what did you place again?
I placed 34.
All right.
First regional, by the way.
First regional.
First regional, by the way. Congratulations, boy. Congratulations.
All right, got anything? Anybody you want to shout out?
I want to shout out Bricktopia. They're the reason I'm here. I want to shout out Kyler, my chauffeur. He got me here. I also want to shout out Evo, place I practice all the time. Imperial, it's a store I've been going to basically the entire time I've been playing Digimon. Love going there every single week. And I just want to shout out, all the people who've had my support right now because, like I said, it's my first regional. I went into this being as nervous as I possibly could be, and I ended up placing 34th for the first time, and it was a hell of an experience.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.